Have you ever met someone who has almost no friends and they're completely okay with it? Not lonely, not bitter, not secretly plotting world domination, just calm. Meanwhile, the rest of us panic if our phone stays dry for 2 hours. We start wondering, did I say something weird? Did I accidentally like a 2016 photo again? So what's going on in the mind of people who have very few, or even zero, close friends? Let's talk about the psychology behind it. First, having few friends doesn't automatically mean someone is antisocial. In fact, many of these people are very socially aware. They just have a different threshold for connection. They don't crave constant interaction. They crave depth. For them, small talk feels exhausting. Conversations about the weather, celebrity gossip, or what someone had for lunch, that drains their battery fast. But a deep conversation at 2 a.m. about life, purpose, or why we overthink everything, that's their kind of energy. So instead of collecting a large circle of casual connections, they prefer one or two people they can be real with. Quality over quantity. Another reason some people have few friends is independence. They genuinely enjoy their own company. Being alone doesn't scare them. Silence doesn't make them uncomfortable. They can go to a cafe alone without feeling like the entire world is judging them. And let's be honest, that takes confidence. Psychologically, people with fewer friends often have strong internal worlds. They think a lot, reflect a lot, analyze situations deeply. Sometimes they even rehearse conversations in their head, and then decide not to have them. They're not avoiding people because they think they're better. Often it's because they're selective. They pay attention to energy, values, and consistency. If something feels forced or fake, they quietly step back. There's also something called social energy. Some people recharge around others. Some people recharge alone. If someone feels drained after every group hangout, they'll naturally limit how often they show up. Not because they dislike people, but because they value their mental peace. Now here's where it gets interesting. Sometimes having few friends isn't about preference. It's about past experiences. Maybe they were betrayed. Maybe they were misunderstood. Maybe they learned that not everyone stays. So instead of opening up easily, they move carefully. It's like emotional risk management. But don't confuse fewer friends with loneliness. You can have 5,000 followers and still feel alone. And you can have one person who truly understands you and feel deeply connected. People with small circles often invest deeply in the relationships they do have. They remember details. They show up quietly. They may not post group selfies every weekend, but when it matters, they're there. And yes, sometimes they do feel lonely. Everyone does. But they're more comfortable sitting with that feeling instead of chasing noise to distract from it. Let's add a little humor. You know that person who gets invited to a party and spends 20 minutes debating whether to go, and then feels relieved when it gets canceled? That's not rudeness. That's social battery preservation. Another psychological trait you'll notice is strong boundaries. People with fewer friends often say no more easily. Not aggressively, just clearly. They don't feel the need to attend every event or maintain every connection. Their time and energy feel valuable to them. And here's something powerful. They're usually very observant. When you're not constantly talking, you're watching. You notice dynamics. You see patterns. You understand people quietly. Of course, this lifestyle isn't perfect. Sometimes opportunities come through networks. Sometimes growth happens through collaboration. And if someone isolates too much, it can limit experiences. And honestly, in a world where everyone is trying to be everywhere with everyone, there's something powerful about choosing a quiet circle and a loud mind.